What's up with you, everybody? Hey, I'm your relationship lead generation coach, and I help you bring in more leads by creating more authentic relationships where your clients want to do business with you. Look, check this out. How do you become a boss? How do you become a leader? And yes, you hear your guy, Rick Ross, the boss. Man, most shout out to him, Rick Ross, to all his endeavors and the things that he's doing because one, he's up there showing the way of becoming somebody who's important and trying to guide. And he's not only in the front line, but he's also helping lift up other people as well. And that's really big. That's really boss. And I really appreciate that because this is something as well that I'm looking to help other people. So, what is boss and what is leader? You watch the end of this video, and you're gonna be on your way to become a leader and a boss that everybody will love and respect. Look, so in order before we can go to talking about boss or leader, we got to really understand in the origins and really how to become one and something that's more eternal and not something that's superficial or about, hey, look at me. That's not boss. It's not about you and your accomplishments. Yes, should you accomplish things? Absolutely. But the fastest way in going about doing that is in this video. All right. Look, we're gonna use the example. We're gonna go to King Solomon. All right. Now, King Solomon was a great example, and he done had some ways and faults, but we're not talking about that. So for all the negative people, but for the overall part, yes, he had the good qualities of the kingship. All right. And so him and Sheba, that's the story about where the kingship and it shows about the example of his honor and of the glory and how he rose to be one of the greatest kings of all times. All right. So look, so there was a story between him and the Queen of Sheba, right? And so Queen Sheba, she came and visit King Solomon. Before she came visit, she's like, "Oh, I heard about him. I heard he got wisdom. Let me see." Now, why is that important? Because see, she understood that hey, in order to gain wealth, part of it was about gaining knowledge. Because as the more knowledge that you have, we're gonna figure out what kind of knowledge does he have, because what helped him acquire his assets? What knowledge did he have? And so the story goes on, and make a long story short, she comes, she comes visit King Solomon, want to test his wealth, want to test his wisdom to see how did he get all this wealth. And so she comes and she sees all of the people who work with him or for him, all right? And they are all laid out or dressed up in the most nicest and finest things there was, right? What does that say? Do you have to be dressed up in the nicest, finest things? No. In order to be kingship, yes, you should always dress in how you want and where you're going. All right. But the kingship is more about uplifting people. The real leader is not about somebody who's in front. The real leader is somebody who's a king, just like as being a father. The father is one who upholds the family. A father is the one that try to make sure that hey, um, his wife is good, his kids are good, and he's not only underneath, but he's also, and of course Jesus Christ being over us, but he helps and protect over the family. And so by being that, to make this clear, is it's the people you help lift up, the people you help to empower. And if you are in position, but you are scared about somebody taking your place, then you truly don't have power. Then you truly are not in position because you have some kind of insecurity and you worry about somebody taking your place. But true kingship is always about legacy, that there should be somebody who take your place and somebody who should be greater than you, and you should always be practicing to become better and to become greater. And if you're not working on becoming better or greater, then you're really not king. So I'll also give you another example, like having kids. I have my son. My son should always be greater than me. learning from my successes, learning from my mistakes, so that hey, you ain't gotta go through the same path that I went through, and you can just surpass that and say, boom, all right, I see what you did right. Good, I'm gonna emulate that. And then I also see where you did wrong. So I'm just gonna bypass that. I ain't gotta go through that. My grandma said, baby, you ain't gotta get knocked upside your head to get the same experience. So the more people you help rise up, the more people you help grow, you're gonna start seeing your influence grow. And that's what it's about, helping other people. And as you help out other people, the influence, the power that you have within your voice and being here in the world, your family, the marketplace, then you start to grow more and more, because Jesus said the greatest of these is the one who serve. So if you want to be great, you gotta serve others. It's not about people serving you. It's about what can you apply and give to other people. Because you can't take none of this stuff with you, man. You can't take none of this with you. No matter how much money you got, no matter how many material things you got, you can't take none of it with you. And if you're not helping growing somebody with your influence, that hey, maybe you spot somebody and put somebody onto a show. Maybe you help them financially. Maybe you help them with some knowledge. Maybe you introduce them to somebody else. And guess what? Somebody gonna say, man, you know what? It was so and so that gave me a chance. It was so and so that introduced me. It was somebody's always helping out, no matter if you're going for a job interview, this, that, or if you're going for a client, your client introduce you, say, hey, you ought to talk to so and so, they doing this and doing that. Man, other people are helping, putting other people in position. That's what our power and influence about being a boss. Because I'm not really tripping, because when I get out of here, it's not, people not gonna talk about how much you have or how much you accumulated. They gonna talk about, man, he or she was the one that helped me out. And use your power, use your voice, use your position. Money is a tool. Use that tool to build up people and to build up relationships like never before. Because hey, if you're not doing that, then you will never become a boss and you will never become a leader. I also want to. There's another guy I like your guy Cat Williams as well. Man, so many times he done blessed so many other people, and this ain't trying to get that from him or anything like that. Hey, but he done secretly threw money at people, secretly investing in other people. There's other people like there's so many that's unnamed angels that's put out because they realize what you give is what you sow with. And so I'm trying to get out and sow to more people as possible, because it's not about transaction. If you're always working on transaction, people know they can smell it, they can sense it, even through a video. They can tell if you, oh, okay, I know what you, but they see that people who have a long term gain, other long-term game people since long-term game other people. People who's trying to run game always recognize people who's always trying to get over on somebody. So man, be somebody that's not only ahead of the game, but help lift up others. And that's how you become a boss. And that's how you become a leader. And that's the one that you want to help, and somebody to see you as before the day you get up out of here. Let that be your legacy. Let people talk about you and your name, about how you've helped out so many people. How many people are you gonna help out while you alive and here? And that is a boss, and that is a leader. I'm your man, Aaron Arnold. Hey, smash that like button, man. Leave a comment so I can keep on putting out more contents like this and help out the algorithm of the whole system, man. I love you guys. Let me know if it loved it, you liked it, or didn't. Hey, I'll holler at you later. One love. Take care, guys. See you in the